Hey everyone, I'm Jesse. It's my wife
Stacey.
Stacey. If you are just joining us, this is part 4 of the history of Bannor Toys. Today we're going to get into this building where we are now. Man, where to start with this building?
Well, we outgrew that space at the acreage super fast.
Yeah, we thought that was going to be like a 10-year
We did.
place.
We had no idea.
Yeah. So I think we talked about that a little bit last time, but basically we outgrew that in just a couple years. So thankful, but just not something we were expecting.
Right. It was more like a couple months. We were only there 18 months.
Okay. So the problem when we outgrew that is that acreage was in a small town north of the central Iowa, Des Moines capital metro region. And we were too far north, not too far to travel there to do things, but too far north to travel there to commute for work every day. So moving back to a place that had a lot of space wasn't, or a lot of available spaces wasn't necessarily an option.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's what we tried to get away from was the big city.
So we started looking around in Madrid, which is a small town, and it's a very old town. And so there, needless to say, not a lot of new buildings, not a lot of places to call home for a business that's growing.
Right.
Finally, we found where we are now.
By luck.
Yeah, it wasn't for sale.
By luck.
We just happened to hear kind of through the grapevine that this business was, the one that was here at the time was looking to move on. And so we were able to kind of set up a thing where we found it and talked with them and kind of bought it off the market. It had its problems.
That's an understatement, y'all.
So it was kind of let go before. The businesses that had ran out of it the last few years didn't put any money into the building, they hadn't taken care of the building, and they were kind of, right, if there was a leak in the roof, they just kind of walked around that part, right? So not throwing any shade, just that's kind of the condition that the building was in. We bought it knowing that it needed a complete overhaul. We didn't know quite the extent of what complete overhaul means.
Naive.
And
Naive.
well, the other thing was just lack of options. Like,
Right.
It was we buy this one or we don't move. Like,
Right.
there's not a
Yeah.
bunch of other buildings in town, and even if we wanted to build a building, one is way more expensive, and two, like we didn't have the space. Like, there's nowhere to build a building at in
Right.
town either, right? At that time, at least, especially.
And we didn't want to build it on our property.
Yeah, we were outgrowing. We were
So-
adding employees and stuff, and it was kind of awkward having everyone come to the house to work and things like that at that point. So we had gone past that work at home phase. So we bought the building.
We did. We bought a building.
I've spent a lot of time here. I wanted to do the majority of renovations myself. I wanted this to be my project, kind of the thing that I tackled. So we had to kind of tuck point the brick on the outside before we could paint. We painted it the dark charcoalish kind of gray color you see there. The roof was so far
Terrible.
gone. I knew there was some leaks, but when I asked the previous owners if the roof leaked, they're like, "Oh no, it's fine right now." And I knew that they were wrong in that
Yeah.
assessment.
Yeah.
But I also thought, okay, maybe it's not as bad. You know, we can fix the roof.
Right. No, we've got a whole new roof.
Yeah,
on the
by
building.
fix, turns out that meant like tear off and put on.
And put on.
So, but like, I don't know, the history of this building matters to me. For like,
It
I know
does.
it wasn't, I'm not from Madrid originally, but just like preserving it mattered to me.
Yeah.
And so getting that outer shell done, the brickwork done, the roof done, we had to put in all new windows throughout
Every
the
window's
entire
new.
building because it was the original old wood windows and they had kind of rotted away and they weren't fixable anymore. So
Right.
all new windows and really new garage doors.
Yeah, new garage doors.
New
Fixed the front of the building
beams.
too.
Yes, the front of the building got a complete makeover. It was
Complete overhaul.
kind of rotting away. We added a big sign out front. It's like 27 foot long.
It came and we were like, oh, this is large.
Yeah, but it looks really nice.
It does.
And getting the building like preserved from the outside in was kind of the way I went about it. That way we knew like no matter what we do on the inside, we're protected now. Like the
Right.
building is kind of whole again, if that makes sense.
It originally was the hatchery in town, and when you walk down to the basement on the floor, it still has the footprints of telling you which way to walk for
To find your chicks,
to
your
find
baby
certain
chicks.
types of chicks. So, and wasn't the old hatchery bins down there when we first moved in?
The incubators,
the
the
incubators,
egg
yeah.
incubators, the brooders and stuff are
Yes.
down there, yeah.
We're all still down there, and it's been Wasn't it an auto place at one point? And
I think it was an auto dealership way back.
Way back when. Telecommunications, the lotion
Yep,
manufacturer.
they made lotion here for a while.
Yeah, this building's been around this town for a long time, and the original building, so it's actually two buildings put together. The original building was from 1890, and the newer part of the building, which is what we're actually
Newer.
the newer part of the building is what we're sitting in. It was added on in 1940. So I guess part of our building's less than 100 years old.
Yeah. So the part that was added on was kind of just added on as warehouse space almost.
Right.
So that's why you can see some of the old beams through the ceiling and some of the old plumbing that kind of runs through our office and stuff. Originally we were like, okay, let's take all that down, let's box around it. And then we thought, you know what, like this building is really old, let's just prove that. You know, let's just show that. Let's let that be a part of what we do. So we did get some new drywall, we did get new lighting, we did get new flooring, we did get things like that, but we also left the plumbing vent pipes showing. We left the old beams in the ceiling.
You see the old with the
It is mixed, and it's kind of a hodgepodge. I like it though. I think it's cool.
I love it.
And then we're not done. Like, you know, you're never done with a 100-year-old building. There's always stuff to fix. But I like where it's at, and I kind of like the aesthetic that we've given it.
And renovating it didn't take that long. I mean,
you weren't here for it.
No, I was at the other shop
Yes.
running the business
Yes.
while you were renovating the business.
You were. And it was, I mean, it's a labor of love, but like, it
Labor.
was really stressful during parts of it.
But I mean, we bought this building in June of 2018, and we moved in like the end of August, I think.
Yeah.
And it wasn't completely done.
No, we still, after
You
we
just
moved
got
in,
our space done in that time, and then you went to
Yeah.
your space, the
Yeah.
production floor.
In the shop, we got new electric, we got new flooring, we got new lighting. Aesthetically, it's not where I want to be down the road, but like it's very functional, it's very clean, it's very nice.
Yeah.
And kind of same with like the upstairs in the shipping room. It's the biggest shipping room that we've ever had. Like we have most of our employees working on personalizing and shipping and that sort of
Right.
stuff. And we used the current design of the building, but we kind of formed it to what we wanted to do.
Fit us, yeah.
Yeah. I just keep thinking of like all the like old crud that was falling on me while I was like scraping away and
You're
power
right.
washing the concrete, and
Yes.
it was, some of the days were just like
Terrible.
we had a basement that was 100 years old. You know, there's limestone foundations. It's a really cool building. It allowed us to do some pretty cool things, and it allowed us to do some fun aesthetic things. Like the office here is a really open concept for everybody. We were able to do the barn doors for the office. We were able to do the bathroom and break room remodel, like with
that was
the
fun.
old boards and the hexagon flooring and stuff like that. So we did some really cool
Yeah.
things too. Without getting into like the nuts and bolts, without getting super deep into it, we took this building that was pretty
Run down.
dilapidated, and we hope we brought it back to new life. We hope that it's good for another 50 or plus years before someone has to dive back into it. The building has all new electric, has all new plumbing, like, and I know those are the things that nobody sees in the building, right? But those are the things I'm most proud of because I know the building's built to last again.
Safe, yeah.
And that always makes me happy and always makes me proud to kind of feel that. Like, I know we changed things aesthetically to make the building more fun and more enjoyable and more trendy and stuff to be in, and we want to keep doing that. But like, I know no matter what we do, it's a solid, quality, saved, historical building now, and that
Yes.
makes me feel good.
Well, and I'm really proud of the fact that like we didn't take out a loan to buy the building or to renovate the building. Like we just saved our pennies.
Yeah, and if you guys want to know about that, wait for, it's not out yet, it'll be a little while. We're kind of building these videos as we go, but there will be a frequently asked questions series that we're doing. I mean, you've probably seen some of it on IG by now, but we are doing frequently asked questions, kind of the most common things that people wonder about Bannor Toys, and you'll learn that we've always been a debt-free company. So,
Right.
And that was part of this building and part of this decision too. So.
Right.
I feel like that's a good place to stop. Like
Stop for now,
that
yeah.
is kind of the rundown of why we chose here and how we got here. And
Right.
next time we'll talk about kind of
The
what we're doing
movement.
here.